Day 6, last day of the Bridleway. Let's go, people! Bonkers. 2 days back, it was so hot I was considering cycling in my pants. Now, it's snowing. I don't know if you can see, it's only a couple of flakes here and there, but it's snowing. Gotta love this British weather. Minutes ago, I was so hot, I stopped by that little stream to de-jacket. I was sitting on the grass in my t-shirt, eating a banana, and in the space of 5 minutes, the cloud came in, and now it's hailing. It's been a day of strange weathers, I have to say. Very strange. Here we are, the end of the Pennine Bridleway. It's a little bit of a non-event, really. You come over that last hill, which, to be fair, was probably the hardest, most prolonged push that I've done on this ride, and one of the gnarliest descents. But then you just get to the road and that's it. Job done. No archway made of balloons, no brass band, no fanfare of any kind. But actually, on a ride like this, the beginning and the end are the least important parts, really. It's all the points in between that make it what it is. So perhaps it's right that it should end quietly, so as not to distract from what has come before. Now, I've had an amazing ride. I've had a hard ride, I'll admit that. I'll go so far as to say maybe the hardest week's riding I've ever done. That's not saying a lot, but it's saying something. If you're planning on doing it, I would say big wheels, big tyres, service your brakes, get new pads in there. Be prepared to push sections unless you're an absolute granite-thighed machine. Be prepared to spend a certain amount of time opening and closing gates, which is a bit of a pain. But on the other hand, you won't spend a lot of time looking at maps because it's really well signposted. I reckon 8 out of 10 for signposting, maybe 8.5 out of 10. Terrain is mostly rough. You're going to ride in gullies full of... Terrain is mostly rough. You're going to ride in gullies full of rocks, loose stones, ancient cobbles, slabs, tussocky kind of heathland, open hill, animal pasture, just all kinds of rough. A few sections which I would call rock garden, proper technical pick your line or you're off descents. Not a lot of that, but a little bit. There is portions of gravel, of 2-track, even of tarmac, but they're the exception rather than the rule. And there's very little in the way of sustained cruising. You're always either climbing or descending, and the hills are steep, so get your legs on. Be prepared for the weather. Whatever it does, it will do it quite hard because it's very, very exposed. You're up on the hills, there's not really any shelter, there's hardly any trees. The odd dry stone wall is your only option if you need to hide from the elements, so dress accordingly. For resupplying, you'll go through a few towns, you'll pass a couple of pubs. When you go through Settle, make sure you go to the Three Peaks Bike Shop Cafe and have a fry-up, because it was a top fry-up. Beyond that, depending on your preference for miles per day, you might not see a shop every day, so plan ahead. Water isn't a problem. Take a filter and you'll just pass hundreds of little streams and brooks. You can filter out of those, no problem. Camping, there are lots of campsites along the route. You could probably stay in a campsite every night if you wanted to. At the moment, they're not taking random tent campers because of COVID restrictions. So I've wild camped and it's been fine. There are a few parts where it's quite farmlandy, lots of animals in pasture and stuff. But I've managed to end every day up in the moors or the access land where there's always a quiet corner that you can pitch up and not bother anyone. As always, be responsible, leave no trace. Goes without saying, but we say it anyway. Lastly, I'd say build in a bit of extra time into whatever schedule you set, because partly, if you're like me, you're going to want to take a lot of breathers on this one, but also because there are just a lot of really nice places to take a breather. These lovely little hidden valleys with a trickling brook or a waterfall in the bottom, all full of mossy rocks, dotted with primroses, really, really beautiful. And you want to just be able to stop in those places for a bit and take them in, you know, enjoy them, have a banana, whatever. So yeah, give yourself plenty of time and enjoy it. I think that's all I've got. If you have specific questions, chuck them in the comments and I'll try and answer them if I can. But if not, yeah, I'm signing off. I think I've got to get to Penrith and meet Alan. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, go back and check out the previous days' ones. If you have already, check them out again. I'll put them all in a nice playlist so they're accessible. If you've made it to the end, I'll do the obligatory hint that there's a link in the description to my Ko-fi page. If you want to chip in to support the channel, buy a spoon if there are any up there available, then all contributions very gratefully accepted and not at all expected. It's not a problem, it's there if you want it. Beyond that, I very much hope to see you all again on another ride sometime in the future. But until then, I wish you all a warm wind on your back, health and happiness to you and yours. And yeah, that's that. Pennine Bridleway, ticked off the list. See you soon.